What's going on, you beautiful people? Welcome to Popcorn Chicken. I'm your host, Alvin, and we got a lot to get into before the weekend starts. My job is to get you caught up on what's going on in all of Hollywood, all the news, rumors, trailer breakdowns, all that. And we're going to do that today on this episode. Our big story, as you saw from the thumbnail, is the Fantastic Four trailer dropped, or teaser trailer. I don't know why they do this thing. Just drop the trailer. I don't need a teaser trailer. What is this now? Now there's a teaser for a teaser trailer, and then there's a teaser, and then there's the trailer, and there's another trailer. By the time we see all this, we might as well not even go to the movies. We've already seen like 50% of the movie. But apparently they want to save the big trailer for the big game on Sunday, the Super Bowl. If they do that, let's see. We have supposedly supposed to have Superman trailer as well dropping. So we'll see about that. Cabadunga dude, what's up? How's it going? All right, okay. So that is going to be later on. We'll do the breakdown of the trailer, and then we also have, well, it's a rumor. There's some sources are saying that Jonathan Majors might be back as Kang. Do you even care? We'll talk about that later on. Let's do birthdays this week in Hollywood, birthdays and events in Hollywood. Let's start off. We'll do one birthday that I know very well. It's my oldest son's birthday. Happy birthday to my son. He is not in Hollywood, but he's still in my hood. So happy birthday to him. All right, let's go and do some birthdays from Hollywood. Happy birthday to Chris Rock. Oh, yes. I'm a fan of Chris Rock. Will Smith isn't. I wonder if Will Smith sent him a birthday wish. Hey, I'm sorry for me slapping you, but happy birthday. Just want to bury the hatchet. Here's a bottle of wine. It's probably like a $20 wine. But happy birthday to Chris Rock. Chris Rock, how old do you guys think Chris Rock is? I'm actually surprised at this number because he doesn't look it. But anyways, Chris Rock is 60 years old or 60 years young, right? You want to be respectful to people like Chris Rock who make us laugh. So yeah, happy birthday to Chris Rock, 60 years today. Wow. Happy birthday to Austin Kutcher, who has sort of disappeared in Hollywood. I mean, when's the last time he did something? I totally forgot that he was in 2.5 Men near the tail end of that show when Charlie Sheen was going off the deep end. They had to replace him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what has he done in the last year or two? Nothing. So, but anyways, he does have a good career in Hollywood. He's done some good shows, like the '70s Show. He was awesome in there. Did a good job in there. So, happy birthday to him. He is 47 years young. He's a young guy. He still probably has some good movies or TV shows ahead of him. I think he's probably, trying out for some of these things and just missing it. But I think eventually he's going to pick it up again. I think he's super talented. I think he's a funny guy. He's got good range. I think he can do it. I think he can get back into the fold and being consistent in Hollywood. I wish him nothing but the best. So I don't know all these other things that happen. I don't care for that. That's not whatever happened to Austin Kutcher and some things. Don't know. But I think he can be back. People do forgive and forget in Hollywood. That's how Hollywood works, whether you like it or not. All right, let's do some other birthdays. Happy birthday to the Big Show. Not a show, the character, Big Show. Born in 1972. So that's a hint right there. A big WWE star. When I say big, I literally mean big. Over 7 feet tall. He was supposed to be the next Andre the Giant. And I think he did an admirable job. He had over 25-year career in wrestling, which is massive. To get 25 years in wrestling, you must be doing something right. So, happy birthday to the Big Show. He is 52 years young. Still probably has a couple more good years left in him. Happy birthday to Joe Pesci. Oh my god. Joe Pesci, my favorite, Goodfellas. But just an all around crazy, crazy actor. You can slide this guy into any mafia, hitman type of show, and he'll fit right in. It just, yeah. Joe Pesci. Happy birthday, Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci is 81 years young. Wow. Time flies by. Happy birthday to Charlie Day. If you don't know who Charlie Day is, he's in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I watched a couple of seasons. I will. Oh, I hit something here. Paper bag. I will say that it's not a bad show. It's pretty funny. It's a little crazy for me, but I did watch a couple of seasons of it, and it's not a bad show. A lot of people I know like the show a lot. So happy birthday to Charlie Day. He is 48 years young. There's another actor who I think can find his way back into Hollywood and do something. I don't know. I haven't seen him in something big yet, but I think he can. Happy birthday to Tom Hiddleston, aka Loki. Is he branded as Loki? Every time I see him, I just think of Loki. I can't think of him being anything else. He just does. He's just so right for that role. So right for that role. The casting of Loki and Thor, and then the chemistry between the two. Man, chef's kiss. Really good casting there. Happy birthday to Tom Hiddleston. He is 43 years young. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to Michael B. Jordan. I have a love-hate relationship with this actor. Super talented, great actor. I just think some of the things he does is questionable, like standing on top of a car and chanting Black Lives Matter like a maniac. Um, I have nothing against that matter. It's just I don't think he should be doing that and acting like a fool. I also think him pushing Stallone out of the way and sort of saying, I'm going to do this now, and I don't want you to be involved in any capacity with a franchise that Stallone created and brought in. If it wasn't for Stallone, and I'm talking about Creed, the last Creed movie, even with Jonathan Majors in it, who, by the way, was the best part of that movie, he outshined Michael B. Jordan in that movie. It was not a good movie. And it would have been a lot worse if it wasn't for Jonathan Majors. And I just think that him saying, there should be no Stallone, or not even calling up Stallone, or even asking for advice, or having him in any capacity, I think it was a disrespect. I'm a big Stallone fan, and I'm a big Rocky and Rambo fan. So when I hear that kind of stuff, that pisses me off. Is you didn't create this franchise. You didn't put the work in. Stallone did. And I mean, from what I hear from Stallone's like, I didn't even get a phone call for it. That irritates me. So, although he is very talented, I don't hate the person, I would say, but I just have this love. I would say hate, love, and annoyed. I'd say that's more the word. Love and disrespecting type of way that he was to people. I don't really like that. I think you got to respect the people that pave the road for you, make life easy for you. I mean, Stallone's the one that had the idea for Creed, from where I know, and Stallone's the one that accepted him, taking over that and continuing that story, helped him, right? So you disrespect someone like that? I don't know. I don't have time for that. But nonetheless, hopefully he can learn from that. He's a young guy. He's only 37 years young. He can figure things out, right? Maybe make a movie with Stallone. Doesn't have to be Rocky or Creed. It could be something else to show that, hey, you know what? My bad. Let me just do something together, a new IP that we can sort of carry forward and be proud to do, right? I'll do maybe one more. Yeah, I'll do one more. Happy birthday to Elizabeth Banks, the beautiful Elizabeth Banks, known for her movies like The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Man on a Ledge. She's done so much. She's just a talented person, beautiful person. Happy birthday to Elizabeth Banks. She is 50 years young. So, yes, those are the birthdays. Let's do some events. Let's see what we can find for events. I had some, but I wanted to do this week in Hollywood, The Tonight Show, Jay Leno. In 2014, The Tonight Show for the first time hosted the Tonight Show for the last time, final time on NBC. I thought Jay Leno did a fantastic job. I loved Jay Leno. I think when him and Letterman were going at it toe to toe, it was some of the best tonight. It was stay up, must see, TV. That's when the Tonight Show was like juggernaut. You wanted to stay up. You wanted to see the first half an hour of their, joke segments. They were not holding back. They respect each other. Heck, I mean, Letterman brought Leno into and introduced him to the world in his show, and then Leno went on to do great things. And I think they have a respect for each other. They never, from what I know, they never really disrespect each other, but they had a job to do, and their job was to get ratings. And boy, they were bringing it. It was a heavyweight fight back then. Not so much now. I think Fallon, Kimmel, all these guys, Colbert, they're all right. They're not bad. I mean, they're all different in their own ways, and a lot of people like one, don't like the other. I just think they're nowhere near the caliber of those two icons of the Tonight Shows. So, yeah, this week in history, 2014, that was his final show. Dune Part 2 in 2024. Denis Villeneuve brought the movie Dune Part 2. I get Dune Part 2 and how well it's done, made, everything. Not for me. I cannot. When they start talking this old English and Dune language and stuff and bringing up the past 10,000 years ago, this had happened and that happened, you lost me. I'm sorry. I think this movie should have been dumbed down, especially for me. Dumb it down a little bit. Don't get it too complex. But yeah, Dune 2 in 2024. A lot of people love it, and you know what? I'm excited. I'm happy for them and excited for them to get Dune 3. Hopefully in 2027, I want to say. They get that, or maybe 26. But yeah, so Dune 2 drops in 2024 this week in Hollywood. Let's see what else we can do here. Dig up. Let's dig up something. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh, yes. In 1976, way back then, a taxi driver, the little thing called Taxi Driver, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring, just a normal person, Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster, premieres on NYC in 1976. So, yeah. What else we have? I'll do one. Oh yes, this big one here. This is a big one here. You want to know how popular a band is? Check this out. In 1964, the first appearance of the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show from New York. It broadcast, and guess how much it drew? This is 1964. Not every household had a TV, and if they did, it was black and white. You probably had 2 channels or 3 channels, maybe. In some countries, obviously the US probably had a little bit more. But in 1964, this is before we went to the moon, they drew 73.7 million views in 1964, just on the Ed Sullivan Show. Not like a full concert or anything like that. Not a show, like a movie or a TV show. Just part of the Ed Sullivan Show. That's how big the Beatles were. Of course, before my time, obviously my parents probably loved the Beatles, but that's how big this band was. So if you're thinking about bands these days, 20 years ago, thinking how big they are, these guys, Literal gods of rock and roll. Literally gods of rock and roll. Not legends, gods. Higher than legends. So 73.7 million TV views. That's crazy. This is before social media, before streaming platforms, before mobile devices. You had to be in front of your TV to watch them. That's crazy. So yeah, this week. Um, oh yes, I'm a big Simpson fan. There's no secret. I love The Simpsons. In 1997, The Simpsons airs 167th episode, making it the longest running animated series in cartoon history. Well, we can safely say they blew past that. So 167th episode was the breaker, and they broke it, and they are gone. I don't think there'll be any other animated TV show that will span the length that The Simpsons had. It's a one of a kind, and the day it goes off air will probably be a sad, very sad moment. I think this is something that even hundreds of years from now, people talk about. That one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It is just crazy. People have lived and died while the show's still going on. That's how long the show's been around for. I don't think you could say that for anything else. People are going to argue, oh, the Tonight Show, like I just mentioned, all that, but that's with the same. It's not with the same host. If you change the host, it becomes a different show. Yes, the title's the same, but it becomes a different show because you have a different personality and different things that they do. Every person that comes into a Tonight Show or the Late Show, they do their own skits and all that stuff. It's not the same thing anymore. This is the greatest TV show of all time. Whether you like comedy or not, you have to acknowledge it's the greatest TV show of all time in terms of length. Let's be specific there. In terms of length, in terms of durability, like just keep going no matter what's going on. COVID, no problem. We'll just keep going. Don't matter. We're going to keep pumping out shows. How many strikes have happened? The show still continues to go, right? Cast have gone, retired, or passed away. Keep going. Characters have been killed off. Keep going. I still miss Apu. Bring him back. Come on. I don't care if it's a white person doing his voice. I don't care. I miss Apu. And Millhouse is leaving now too, or already has left. So, come on. That's it for this week in Hollywood. A lot of cool stuff there. Thought I'd bring that up. All right, what should we talk about today? We got some crazy stuff happening. Like every week, it's just like bam, bam, bam. It's like all the stuff. I try to pick out some of the most interesting things and try to do a little variety of stuff. A picture of Pilak, Pilak, yeah, the chieftain of the Wind Traders in Avatar: Fire and Ash, has come out. I'll share the screen here. There it is. Yeah, sure. I mean, why not? I mean, it's got the fancy outfits on. Looks like a Tibetan monk or something. A cross between Tibetan monk and maybe Aztecian, uh, or yeah, maybe Aztecian. I don't know. Or you know, actually, what Tibetan monk and maybe a Swahili warrior. That's how it sort of say this what looks like here. It's a combination of the two. So I think it looks cool. It looks interesting. I like the Avatar movies. I don't think they're the greatest thing ever. I think the last one's actually not that great, but I like it. It gets my imagination going, man. When I see sci-fi, things like that, that's up my alley. I love it. I love the stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that I'm still around until when they finish all, what is it, 5 or 6 movies that he has planned. Man, James Cameron, you gotta speed it up here, bro. So this is slated to come out, I think, end of this year. I could be wrong. I have to double check that. But Avatar, the Path to Pandora, right? The first look of Pilak, the chieftain of the Wind Traders. They have said that this is going to be a very emotional avatar. It's going to have some death occurring. So, but yeah, there it is. What are your thoughts about this? Let me know in the comments, whether you're live here with me or after the show's over here. Let me know. What do you guys think about anything I talk about? Give your opinions, give your thoughts. I love to read them out and see how it lines up with me. And maybe I'll bring it up in the next show as well. Or if you're here live, drop it right now. What else are we going to get into here? Oh, how can I forget? How can I forget? If you have Amazon Prime, you'll love superheroes, you'll love good action. You definitely have to check out Invincible. Season 3 has dropped. Yes, it dropped actually on early last night, like 12 a.m. It dropped. 3 episodes have dropped on Prime. And let me tell you, it's good. It's really good. I think it's better than season 2 already. 3 episodes things. 3 episodes in, and I think, sorry, people are just messaging me all kinds of stuff. I apologize for that. 3 episodes in, I gotta say, I know why I picked up my phone, not to check out my messages. There was a quote that I had saved on here, and I wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. Where's the quote here? All right, so this is from episode 2, near the end. By the way, when the credit rolls, stick around for a few seconds, because in every episode they do another minute of the show right after directed or something. It's just like a mid credits, after the mid credits. So stick around. Don't just turn off the show as soon as you see the first credit. Wait a couple of seconds. Usually they do it after the first couple of casting or ratings or credit, whatever it is. They do it, and then you see another minute or so of it. So yeah, just advice there, because you're gonna miss some big stuff, which is, I think, a bad decision to do. Like, I don't know why they do this, because there's gonna be some people who are gonna be just like, turn it off and miss important parts of the show. And then when they go to the next season, they're like, what the hell happened here? When did this happen? Like, so make sure you watch the rest of it. So there's a quote that Cecil, as you see right above Mark here in the poster. We can be good guys, or we can be the guys that save the world, but we can't be both. Oof. Great line. Great line. And I gotta say, that kind of writing really elevates a show, because I just see too many shows now where they regurgitate crap. They don't have any, they just throw lines thinking that, oh, I'm going to throw a cool line and people are going to love it. People are going to love the show, but the show is just terrible. This show, the writing has been so far really phenomenal. Season 3 has been really good. There are a lot of consequences, a lot of thought put into it. You really think on, there's a fence here being drawn in this show between Cecil and Mark. And I'm not going to give away anything. And then you really think from both sides. You're like, hey, that side makes sense, but this side also makes sense. There's pros and cons to those sides. And you're like, okay, now what do we do here? What's going to happen? What is the end game going to happen here? Right? So, and I don't mean to say end game to compare to Marvel, but I'm just saying that's the type of show I want. I want a show that makes me think. I want a show to play out, be intelligent. And so this show, it has that going for it. I definitely recommend, if you're into animation, this is not a kid's animation, by the way. You should not have your kids watch this show. It's a very adult show, very violent show. But if you're into this kind of stuff where you have a very adult, and I don't mean adult in terms of the rated R stuff, it's just a very violent, action-based animation on Amazon Prime. It comes out every Thursday night, so it's going to be a weekly episodic show. Like I said, 3 episodes have dropped. Go check it out. It's fantastic. Season 3 has started off with a bang. So, yeah, Invincible season 3. Go check it out. All right. Let's do a couple of other ones here. Let's do some news. I had some news here. There it is. Sorry, folks. Give me a second. I'm just pulling up a couple of items here to talk about. They're really pushing hard on the Captain America, the Brave, whatever it's called. Doing a lot of press tours. I mean, how much money is that costing? Right? They don't even put that into the budget. But they're doing that, and it's coming out next week on Valentine's Day, which is such a weird. I guess some people like to go to dinner and a movie after, but they don't. Do women really want to go watch Captain America? Is that what they're telling their husbands? Hey, after dinner, honey, let's go watch a MCU movie. I mean, if you're a wife that does that for your husband, then husband, you make sure your wife is well taken care of, because, sir, that is a good wife. So, but I doubt it. My wife, if I was telling her, hey, let's go to dinner and then we'll go check out a Marvel movie, she's like, excuse me, what? You want to end the night in a terrible way? We're not watching that. So, yeah, weird choice for them to do it in February or just right on Valentine's Day. Why not do it a week after? What are they afraid of? What's coming out? I don't know. This is a cool news for a lot of people. Throwback in the 90s or 2000, early 2000. I can't remember. Sarah Michelle Gellar confirms they are developing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer sequel series. Fantastic. They are developing a show, and I think it's fantastic for all the fans. There was a lot of fans that watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It went on for years. So for her to come back, I don't know what capacity. Great, fantastic. I'm happy for everybody. Oh well, there's some news drop in here. Okay, never mind. Yeah, there is news just dropping right now. Some silly news. Some people out there thinking Anthony Borden? No. There is a news about Marvel character, which I don't know. Can that be true? CBR hasn't. I'm looking at all the outs to see if this is true or not. But I'm going to look it up right now. Casting. Let's see here. Marvel updates. There we go. Let's check out Marvel updates. They're saying, oh, here it is. Marvel Studios is reportedly considering Javier Bardem for the role of Mr. Sinister in the MCU. Oh, he'd actually make a good have. Oh yeah. He would actually make a good Mr. Sinister. What do you guys think? Would he make a good Mr. Sinister? Javier. I think he would. I just don't want to see his flesh. Like, I don't want to see his regular human flesh. You gotta Sinister it up, man. This is one thing I can't stand once these actors get into a role where the face is either covered or it's altered that does not, recognize. You cannot recognize your actor. They try to do things and get their agent or them try to get the studios, the writers to do something in a way that shows them the original, the original actor's face. and that just drives me nuts. Don't do it. Don't sign up for it. So, which I'm worried about what's going to happen with Doctor Doom as Robert Downey Jr. Is he going to keep taking his mask off every time he has to talk to people to let them know it's Doctor Doom, right? So, yeah, I don't understand, right? So, yeah, news came out that he's going to be Mr. Sinister. Oh, it's just rumor. It's a rumor if it's going to be. It's not confirmed yet. The source is my time to shine hello via my time to shine hello. That's the source. So, okay, let's take that with a grain of salt. Let's talk about our one of our two topics here. I want to get into this here. So this has been um, Screen Geek has confirmed that a source within the studio has revealed this. And so I want to talk about it because this is very interesting to me. So here it is. Exclusive Marvel's Kevin Feige considering, exclusive Marvel's Kevin Feige considering bringing Jonathan Majors back to the MCU. Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige is considering bringing Jonathan Majors back to the Marvel after the studio cut ties with the actor. At one point, Majors was being set up to follow Josh Roland's footsteps. Yeah, I don't need all this stuff. I can explain this stuff here. Here's the thing. Kevin Feige is to be blamed for this blunder. A lot of people are not pointing fingers at him because a lot of the YouTubers are shills. They want to kiss his, but he's the one to be blamed for a lot of this mess. I've said it. After the 10 years of great, success, Kevin Feige sat back on his rocking chair and said, you know what? We don't need to make it better. We'll just stay the course and everything will be just fine. And from there, it fell apart. The decision to have Miss Marvel, what's her name, to be the leader of the Avengers, remove iconic characters like Iron Man, Captain America out of the equation, not replace them. Black Panther, another character that their family even said he wanted the continue of Black Panther to go forward, not to put him on the shelf, not to replace him. That was his wishes. What did Kevin Feige do? No, we're going to replace him with Shuri, which was a debacle, in my opinion. Shuri's not a Black Panther. I'm sorry. I don't care what the comics book says. Not everything from the comic books can come on board here, makes sense. They obviously didn't do everything in the comic book said. They changed a lot of things. So when people say, oh, the comic books has Shuri in it, great, good. Go read the comic books. Nobody's saying that's a bad comic book storyline. What I'm saying is you shouldn't have made the change like that because it drastically changes everything that you've built before that. Right? Then the decision to change Namor to Namor, to make it into an Aztecian warrior instead of Atlantis warrior. Another debacle. Doesn't work. Sorry. In my opinion. Trash. So here we have Kevin Feige, another debacle. Before they got the actual verdict, before the due process of going to court, going through the legal system, making sure that he's either found guilty or not guilty, have to go through all that, right? He was allegedly, had abuse or harassment or sexual misconduct, whatever it was. The court process wasn't finished. It's the same thing what happened to Johnny Depp, right? Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean, massive star, went to court because Amber Turd accused him of etc. A whole bunch of stuff, which I don't want to go into, but they dropped him like a bad habit. The studio, they said, "Okay, you're found guilty." Well, the due process hasn't gone through. They haven't gone through the legal system yet. Nope, don't matter. Same thing here. Found guilty. And I'm not saying he's not guilty or is guilty. What I'm saying is Kevin Feige should have sat down and said, we're going to wait. And I don't want to hear this, oh, well, they have to make movies. They don't have time to wait. They haven't made a good movie in over 2-3 years. They could wait. People will wait. You have TV shows that have been garbage too. This is what happens when you don't wait and do it properly. You make trash. So they had the time to wait. They should put the pause and say, you know what? We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt because we want this character to have a long run, just like Thanos did. We're going to wait to the process. But the other thing also is, why is Kevin Feige and his team of misfits so scared to swap out actors? Why? If the story is good, nobody will care. Did anybody care when what's his face got replaced as War Machine? When Don Cheadle came afterwards. Did anybody care? At first, everyone's like, "Oh, that's a weird choice." Don Cheadle, he's gonna look skinnier. He's not that big. But afterwards, nobody cared. Nobody cared. So I don't know why they're so afraid to do this. And it's not, oh, it's a black actor, so they're scared. No, they did it with a black actor. So it's nothing to do with race. You have talented people out there that can replace Jonathan Majors. You know, when he was on the shelf, there was people out there clamoring for this actor or that actor to replace him. Very worthy candidates. But for some reason, they sat on their you know what's. And now, Kevin Feige's like, hey, you know what? He wasn't found guilty based on the court system. I think we should bring him back. And not just bring him back to finish off the whole, saga, but just to bring him back to do some loose tight ends. If I'm Jonathan Majors, I'll be like, screw you, buddy. Why should I come back? You are the one that put me on the curb there. You kicked me out before I even had a chance in court. You painted me as a villain, literally, right? As a villain, as someone who was not alleged but found guilty. You already painted that and threw me out to the curb. And now you're going to want me to come back? Who does Kevin Feige think he is these days? So this is why I said Kevin Feige has screwed up multiple occasions. The decisions after decisions have been just disastrous. You are to blame, Mr. Kevin Feige. Blame at the top first, just like Kathleen Kennedy. I blame her too for Star Wars debacle. You are the boss. You have the final say. Yeah, you have board members to please, but at the end of the day, you have to make sure the stuff that you green light are good decisions you make. And now they're so desperate, they have to bring Robert Downey Jr. back because they're like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? Nobody cares about us anymore. We're making bombs after bombs here, right? What do we do? We only made $50 million with this Ms. Marvel movie. What are we going to do with this Captain America that we've done so many reshoots that the project has ballooned over $200-300 million, not including ad revenues or marketing, any of that. But they're telling everybody it's only 180 something million, 183, I think it was. That's a whole bunch of BS. There's no way it's 183 million when you did count those reshoots. You changed the name as well, the title. That movie, I think, is going to be a dumpster fire. So you trying to bring this guy back. Okay. I mean, hey, the decision at the end is not Kevin Feige, Jonathan Majors. If he gets his, brings truck what the millions, and he's going to say yes, of course. Who doesn't want money, right? And a lot of it. But then you're also showing to us that you lack confidence in what's ahead of you. That the fact that you have to go bring this guy back to tie in loose ends, whatever that means, loose ends, it just shows that you don't have the confidence in doing that. You don't know the path that's laid ahead of you. You're not sure if it's going to work well. I think if I was Jonathan Majors, I'd be like, no, get out of here. I have zero interest in coming back and helping you guys out after you outcasted me so fast. That's Jonathan Majors, in my opinion, should do that. That's what I think. Do you need Kang? I don't think so. What do you need? What do you need to tie him back with? Nobody cares. Loki TV show kind of took care of most of that. I don't think you need Kang back at all. But yeah, it's such a sad state of what Marvel's at right now. It is really sad where Marvel's at. And if you can't see that, I'm sorry. You need to go and really put the fanboy hat back in the closet and really look at the last couple of years of what's been happening at the studio. The shows, the movies, it's just been one dumpster fire after another. They double down on things that people don't care about. They alienate the core audience, which is the fan base, which is the comic book. That's your core audience, the comic book readers. When you go and alienate those, good luck. And it's crazy because it's across the board on multiple IPs. Star Trek did that. Star Wars did that. DC did that. And Marvel's doing that. They're losing billions of dollars because they just don't want to give what the core audience wants. The core audience wants you to just be true to the comics as much as possible. Don't get rid of the main characters. Don't gender swap, race swap with the main characters. Keep them there. There are plenty to add to the bigger overall story. Don't screw the core things that they grew up watching. Nostalgia is the reason. Growing up and having a history with that character or characters is the reason why we open our wallets and go into the theater or buy the merch. So when you take that away from someone like me, and this is going to carry on to my next topic, the Fantastic Four, when you go and purposely try to piss someone like me as a customer, I'm not going to open up my wallet for you. And that's the best way you can actually teach a studio lesson. And some of them are learning it right now. Some of them are figuring it out. Wait. We got to go and respect these people because we're losing we're hemorrhaging. Right? The faster these studios figure it out, put their ego aside and figure it out, the faster they're going to reap the benefits. And someone like Kathleen Kennedy, Kevin Feige can get a win. And then, someone like Kathleen Kennedy who said that the minute I get a win, I'm out of here. Well, if you want to win, here's a hint. Give what the audience wants. The core audience wants true, authentic, love of and a great creation from what they are known to have read for decades. Don't create the acolyte. That's not a good way. Nope. Don't go creating acolyte. Not good. Disastrous. Over budget disaster. Dumpster fire would be too light of a word to say how terrible that was. And there's so many fans that love it. Oh my God, there's so many fans that love it. Then why did you cancel it? Why is it canceled? It's canceled because nobody gave a crap. That's why it's canceled. If so many people loved it, then there's no reason they would cancel that. But anyways, that is my co-topic of the evening. Let's get into the main topic of the evening. It was pretty big, pretty sizable. It was a very, very fantastic. No, not fantastic. Take that back. Let's talk about the teaser trailer. Oh God, yeah, I hate saying that. The teaser trailer of Fantastic Four, First Steps. So let me start off by saying this is an alternate world, which is a cop-out for them kind of using it to say that they can loosely change things around, and you can't get angry about it. I'm so sick and tired of this crap too. And I see it all over the social media while people arguing back and forth about, well, it's an alternate universe, so, take it easy. Why do you need to change things, even if it's an alternate universe? Change massive things. Why? And one of them really pissed me off to the point where I might not even watch this movie until it's on the streaming platform. I'm on the fence right now. They got to show me more. They got to convince me.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
So the Baxter Building, obviously, is where the R&D, Mr. Reed Richards, does his work. And you can see, 60s vibe here. The clothing, the architect.
We make a point to do family.
So you see Reed Richards and Invisible Woman, Sue.
Dinner every week.
I like the way it looks. It's filmed like it's in the 60s. It's got the color grading on it, right? It gives it that vibe.
Sunday at 7.
Sunday at 7. They're going to have dinner.
On the dot, no matter what.
No matter what. So he's very strict, right?
We're all here.
Brought to you by Marvel Studios. Color, I like it, right? Blue and white, Fantastic Four. If you don't know, that was Marvel's first family, Fantastic Four. So there's a building with their Baxter building.
Herbie.
This I like. Herbie. Cute. They're probably going to sell a bunch of merchandise if you just market with this character alone. Kids will love this, right?
How's that sauce coming?
First problem right here. Okay, the actor, can't remember his name. He's in the show Bear. Love him. Great. The voice of him, they should have played around with this voice a little bit. They should have deepened the voice. I just find this voice too high. The Thing is a grumpy, clobbering time, kind of guy. He's almost borderline miserable when he talks, when he comes out that way. But he's a nice person most of the time. But his voice doesn't make it seem like that. And I just find his voice...
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Too nice. And maybe he gets a little angry later on in life. He realizes... Because there's some scenes here where you can see him kind of like, well, why did I get screwed here? Why do I look like a rock when everybody else is normal? Right? Weird. Apparently he has pallets as a rock still. I mean, the outer layer is a rock. The inside is probably still human, right? So, still funny, I guess. He tastes some sauce.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have gone online and checked. Somebody had did a audio of the Bear conversation that he has with the main actor, and they're arguing because they're cousins in the show, and they have a split screen where they show him and Kirby talking to each other, and the Bear actor is Kirby, and he replaces his role in the show, and it's brilliant. It's hilarious. They're arguing about this scene here, and it's so well done. Yeah, clap, clap, clap.
Okay. Hey, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic.
Sure, the Thing cooks. All right, cool. I whatever. In the comics, I've seen him loving cooking, so I guess maybe they took a little page out of that. Fine, I got no issues with that.
Not because it's
outfit-wise, got that 60s vibe, right? Again, they're gonna make figures of this. They're gonna sell a bajillion toys. Why not?
It's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay.
So he's adding a little zip. Cool. This July. Great. It's going to actually be a week right after Superman drops. So it's heavyweights going at it here.
A-5.
So this is your look at them wearing the spacesuits and going to space where they get affected by the radiation, where they do get their powers.
Went up the first time.
He does say gone up the first time, so maybe the first time they went, they already got their powers, or they didn't get their powers, because you can see here he's still not a rock. Actually, never mind. So they went the first time, everything was good. So now they're going to go the second time, and I guess that's when all hell breaks loose.
You couldn't turn invisible.
But the trailer here says otherwise, right? Now he's saying that, you can turn invisible. So maybe that's a look at the first time they went. This is now they're going the second time and things went all to shiz. So they show her powers of being invisible.
Ben wasn't.
So this is the part I'm talking about here, where he's wearing his iconic trench coat, which I love, by the way. The Thing, I actually had to commission someone to make a trench coat for me, and they did a fantastic job. Shout out to Rebel T Customs. This is so like, I love this part because this is the human part of the Thing that I loved.
A rock.
Right?
The best pilot
He looked at himself like, oh
in the
man,
world, right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
man, right there it is. That I love. Because this is the comic coming to life. The emotion, the look, everything's right there in this picture right there. This is what I love.
And Johnny
I don't know what they did with Johnny here with the haircuts here. Bro doesn't look nothing like the one in Stranger Things.
never caught fire.
He doesn't look like crazy Johnny, fun Johnny, but just a teaser. There he is. What happens to his clothes? Does it burn? How are they gonna explain that? They probably won't. CGI obviously is way better than what it was with Chris Evans. So,
Ben
all right.
has always
There's their conversation. They're a family, right? They talk.
been a rock.
He's been a. Oh, come on, really? You gotta say that, woman? Really? He's been the rock. Oh, hello. Right on the nose, aren't you?
Johnny is Johnny.
Yeah. So here's the problem. Johnny can't be stupid. He can be party animal, but he has to be a smart guy because he's an astronaut. And in the 60s, they didn't let just dumbasses go to space. So I don't know why they're making him look like he's got some sort of disorder, and he's not all there or something, or he's just a joker, a practical joker, doesn't have any intelligence. Like, I don't know why they have this scene of him doing that, but they'll explain that and we'll see.
Hi.
Like, see, hi, I'm stupid. No, you shouldn't be stupid. You're going to go to space, and they don't just take anybody into space, right? So here's another. Speaking of stupid, I mean, I don't know, not this part here. This is pretty cool. They're showing her powers. I like that. I like this effect. It's not overpowering. It's nice. I like it.
Right here.
Okay, this part is dumb. Johnny should be smarter than this. Fire doesn't work in space. Go ask the Acolytes, maybe. Maybe the same people from the Acolytes were on here where they didn't realize fire doesn't work in space. Sorry. It's going to quickly go out, which is what happened to him as soon as he hit out of the atmosphere here. He's like, oh, right. No oxygen. Okay. I can't keep going. It's going to burn out.
Whatever life throws at us.
And here we are, the giant fireball of storm coming your way. A la the first Fantastic Four movies where they couldn't show or didn't want to show Galactus. They're showing a giant ball of fire, right? The cloud. That's a horrible mask for the Thing. Just horrible. It's a fantastic car. Like that vibe. Look at this. It looks so, that era. It looks awesome. Johnny's flying around. The Thing is running. I don't know who this is. No idea. Sorry. I'll do my research though. I'll try to find out who it is. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That is cool. But I guess he has the ability to shrink himself. That sounded so weird. And get bigger because Galactus is supposed to be a world eater, right? So he's supposed to be massive. He's supposed to be able to like punch Earth if he wants to. So in this one, he looks a lot smaller, and he gets a lot smaller here because he's just like standing on the ground there and going, hey, look at that. Statue of Liberty. So I don't know what Galactus is doing here. We're going to find out, but it could be that he needs Reed's and Sue's kid because he's supposed to be a very powerful character. in the MCU or in the Marvel comics. So that could be it. So yeah, Hercules Galacta.
As a family.
As a family. Vin Diesel will be so proud of this line. He'd be like, "You go, girl. You got it." What does so these guys seem like a celebrity thing here. The fans are clapping. There's some, applauses to this. Fantastic Four coming out this July 25th. 25th. Yeah, I don't know. I need to see more here before I make my mind to go watch this movie. I'm not sold on it yet. I do like the nostalgia. I like the 60s look. I like most of the characters, how they look. I don't know. Like the part that really makes me mad, they haven't shown in this trailer because they probably heard the backlash, is they decide to make Silver Surfer, which will be a character in this movie, a female. Shyla or something, is it? Norrin Rad was the main Silver Surfer, my Silver Surfer. And why I'm so upset about that is because he's one of my favorite characters. I grew up reading the comic books. I just love that character. It's just so out there on a surfboard going through the galaxy. I mean, it was just so out there and so cool. And I told you guys before my love for astronomy, science, space, all that. So he kind of fit right into all of this, right? And I was so happy to see him in part 2 of the Fantastic Four that came out by Fox with Jessica Alba way back, with Chris Evans way back. I was so happy to see that. I'm like, they got it right, especially when he kneels on your herald, right? And the voice, everything, just it was so good, except for the rest of the movie. It was not good, but they decide to go and make it a female, and the people like out there again, same old, same old. Hey, she's been in the comics before. Oh, thank you. I didn't know. Also, this is an alternate universe, so you shouldn't take it so seriously. It's not even about any of that. It's you struck out twice. And yes, it wasn't from Marvel Studios. It was from Fox. I get it. But the pain is there where people want these characters to succeed because they're such a cool family. One of the OGs, like X-Men. Nobody wants any of those as comic book fans to not succeed. Right? So when you go and change such a iconic character to a female character and tell everybody W for OG Silver Surfer, Isaac, thank you. I don't understand that. Like, why do you need to go and do that right now? You could make a female herald. There are other female heralds you can make and say, hey, this is an alternate universe. We're going to start with this. We're going to give you guys Silver Surfer when it really matters in the Secret Wars. Because remember, we're supposed to have Silver Surfer also in the Avengers Endgame, because it wasn't supposed to be Hulk that crash landed in Doctor Strange's headquarters. Is supposed to be Silver Surfer in the comics, right? But obviously didn't have the licensing from Fox. They couldn't do that, so they made some changes. Fine. You had to do that because of licensing reasons. You have the licensing now. Either you don't do Silver Surfer and make something else. I mean, you have Galactus. Do you really need Silver Surfer right away? Yeah, right. I would have loved to see a Silver Surfer origin story, right? Because I think he's such a great character, and what he had to do to sacrifice himself for his civilization, his planet. It's such a cool story, and I just feel that I didn't see that in the part 2 movie, and that was sad because I would have loved to see that. Maybe this Silver Surfer lasts for a little bit and dies, and then that's it. But then it's just a throwaway thing, right? I just feel like somebody in Marvel Studios is like, you know what? If we're gonna do Silver Surfer, let's do a female one first to stick it to all these people, because we can. Because there's a lot of terrible people in charge right now in a lot of studios who are DEI first and everything else second, right? No matter what. And I'm not against anything like that. I just feel that you should respect things that have come before you and not try to trample on it because you have an ego, you have an alternative motive or agenda, all that stuff. And a lot of people, they're saying, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's just an alternate universe, and we'll get the proper Silver Surfer. But we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to settle every time this happens. And it's the fact that did that, it was such a kick in the pills for myself. It's like, of all the characters you wanted to gender swap, you had to do this one? Really? There's no other Fantastic Four villain that you could have brought, or characters you could have brought that are out there. You had to do this one first. I feel, in my opinion, because how much I love the character, it was a malicious effort on somebody out there going, we're going to stick it to people. So, but anyways, that's got to be the main reason why I might not watch this, is I just don't give a crap what anybody says. That's not the Silver Surfer that I want to see on the big screen. And we'll see. Wow me more, Marvel. Because I'm not opening my wallet for you guys if you're not wowing me more. She's at the end. She dies. Sure. Okay, maybe I'll go watch. I'll close my eyes when that scene comes around. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what the full trailer is. Because remember, this is a teaser trailer, right? It's not a full trailer. Let's wait for the full trailer to come out. And then we'll see. Super Bowl at Sunday. I think they're going to have the full trailer out. We'll see. They're going to pay $1 bajillion for it. But hey, that doesn't count towards the overall cost. Right? Captain America, only $183 million. That's all it cost? Right. Okay. That's all I got for today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do my best to entertain you guys for an hour or here and get you out and about on your weekend. Hope you guys really enjoy your weekend. Hope you guys, if you're into Super Bowl, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Have lots of food, have lots of fun. I will be back with my partner D on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on the A&R Geekly, our collectible show, where we talk about all things collectible. And, you know, we have the world famous dad joke, if you haven't heard. Go check it out on 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on Monday. With that, you guys have a good weekend, and we'll